Hey, good evening, everyone. Hey. Good evening. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Hey, good evening. How y'all doing? Hey, Facebook. Hey, Asani. Hey, IG. YouTube. Good evening, YouTube. Can y'all hear me? Let me turn this down. YouTube, can y'all hear me? Whoever's on, if you can hear me, YouTube, please say in the chat that you can hear me. Hey, Ash. Thank you. All right. All right. Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening. We are going to get started. It is 7 o'clock, and I am amazingly on time. On time. You see, I have all my gadgets I'm still working with because everyone has not gone over to YouTube yet. Everyone has not gone over all the way to YouTube yet. And guys, I would love for you guys to completely go over to YouTube. All right, so we're gonna get started. As people come in, y'all can say hi, and I'm gonna say hi. Let me hello. All right, that pops up. It's somewhere. All right, it's somewhere. Okay. So good evening, everyone. For those of you who are on, good evening. Thank you for being here on time with me. For those of you who are joining and just popping in as we get going, or watching this later on, hey Charles, or watching this later on, hello. All right, so we're gonna get started. Good evening. Welcome to Real Life Relationship Growth. I'm Donna. All right. This is our segment called Camper Conversations. Camper Conversations is that one day a week that we come together and we go live and we chat it up about different topics that we discuss, different topics that have been posted on the page, that have been sent to me via inbox or text messages. I got the topic for this evening through text. I'm going to hit that in a minute, talk about that in a minute. But I got that through text. I want to say thank you for those who send me things and want to discuss and want to talk about it. Some people are a little bit shy. Honestly, guys, I would have loved to have a male co host on this one tonight. I asked for a male co-host, but again, people are shy. They're tight, but if you can't see them, they're a little bit more comfortable, and I'm cool with that. So I'm gonna roll with this one as I usually do. But Sharonda, hey, so real life relationship growth. This page has been blossoming and blooming for a good year now. There are over 1.7K members here, and I really appreciate y'all. So, I like to start off by saying I am not a relationship expert, not by any form, not by any fashion. I am not a relationship expert. I'm just a Black woman in this world, living my life, doing a damn thing, and enjoying myself. That is who I am. That is what I'm doing. If we have any relationship experts that are part of the group on Facebook, hey, send me an inbox. Please let me know. I had someone request information for a professional counselor this week. I shared counselor's information with this particular person, but that's locally here. I know we all aren't in Georgia. Like there are members literally worldwide in this group. I approved about two people. I mean, some of them are stationed overseas in Kuwait. stuff like that. But I approved some people for the group, and I do that almost every day. Like it's growing every day. But Camper Conversations came along. The brainchild with this was I bought a fifth wheel camper, and one morning I woke up and I was like, yo, it would be fun. It would be a great idea to sit in the camper and conversate and talk about different topics and different subjects relating to relationships. So I did that for a while. I want to say the first 10 or 15 videos were in the camper. And then part of them were broken up because I was traveling during that time as well. And I would just do camper conversations wherever I was. But just know the home seat for camper conversation is in my camper. I don't have power to it unless I'm at a site and I'm hooked up or whatever. So I am here. Welcome to my home. This is my living room. So we'll be here for a while until I can get a generator. Um, until the weather's nice enough for me to go in there. Hey, Ron, for me to go in there and just be able to do this. Okay. So that's the deal with that. That's the deal with that. A big shout out to the fellas. I always like to say this. A big shout out to the guys. Hey, daddy. Y'all, my dad just popped up. A big shout out to the fellas. Men, the men, the men. You guys amaze me, honestly, in this group. Y'all send me inbox things. Like I said, the topic for tonight came from one of my brothers. Um, you all share, you comment, you like, you love, you put your little frowny faces, you make your comments, and I appreciate it. Because usually in relationship groups, excuse me, the women tend to hey Nicole, the women tend to kind of take over and kind of lead things out or whatever, and there's a lot of women's female presence. So I really really appreciate the male presence in this group. I really appreciate that, guys. So want to do a quick commercial. Real Life Relationship Growth has a YouTube channel. I'm trying to move us all over to YouTube. We have 2 on YouTube tonight. My niece Ashley and my good friend Charles are on YouTube. I would love for everybody to move to YouTube. Why? Because we want this channel to grow, so it can be more broad and out there more for more people. And for 2, it can get these devices. I literally have my iPhone, my Android, my iPad, my laptop. Y'all, I'm not a techie person at all. Like my cousin had to help me set this up. But if we can meet just at YouTube, that would be so perfect. So please, if you have not subscribed yet to the Real Life Relationship Growth channel, please do so. Go over, subscribe to the page, hit the bell icon. So anytime we go live, it'll notify you and you won't miss anything. I have people all the time like, man, I missed it. Dog, I forgot. And I try to tag a lot of people during the week when I put the post up that we're going to talk about, the topic. I'll try to tag as many people as I can. But y'all, that gets tedious. It does get tedious. So please, please, please go over to YouTube and subscribe to the Real Life Relationship Growth channel. And let's get this thing bumping and growing. There he is. Let's get it. Hey, Kevin. Let's get this thing bumping and growing. All right, so let's get started. So I posted, again, a friend of mine sent a video to me, a little short clip. He texted to me and he was like, for the group. And I was like, ooh. And when I watched it, y'all, I loved it. I was like, yes, I loved it. So I hope you guys had a chance to see the video. I hope you all had a chance to see the video because that is our topic of discussion. And if you did not have a chance to see the video, I am going to, hey, Bridget, I'm going to play it real quick. Let me turn my volume up, y'all. Where is my volume? Oh, so Charles, let me say this real quick. I had a tablet, y'all, right? I bought this little cheap old ONN tablet from Walmart to um to put on my Echelon bike. You know, to attach to my Echelon bike. So when I work out on a bike, and I was like, I had to reset it because I forgot the password to it. And once I reset it, well, I was trying to reset it, it wouldn't come on. Why? Stop laughing, Charles. It wouldn't come on. And I was like, yo, I'm taking this back. And my boy Charles, I was talking to him. I was like, I bought this tablet. It's not working. And he was like, is it charged up? Is there power to it? And I was like, yeah, it's power to it. I think, y'all, I went and plugged the thing up and it was dead. It was like dead. So I was like, okay, you were right. You were right. It was not charged up. But I'm tripping over this tablet because I was like, yo, I'm taking this back. Walmart will take anything back. They don't give me my money. But the daycare was blessed with iPads and laptops and desktops. Y'all, when I say that was a blessing, so I decided to switch it out. I have the iPad. It's bought a case for it and fixed, so I have the iPad. Gave the kids a little cheap on, but they do have one. They do have one iPad, and then they got computers. We all right. So anyway, um, I'm trying to figure this thing out. I have an iPhone, so why would I not be able to work an iPad, right? All right, so here we go. This is the video. I'm gonna put it up. Hopefully y'all can hear it. If y'all can't hear it, if y'all can't hear the video, if you want to go back and look at the clip of it, it is posted to the YouTube channel. I posted it to the YouTube channel as well, also as well as Facebook. So I'm gonna play it, and hopefully, we got screams you haven't heard. Y'all will. Poetry that's never been written. You say we have no emotions. Oh wait, let me start it from the beginning. Not to talk to you when you use. And when I scream, I die. You. Come on. And the weakness against me, because if you do that, you are telling me that I can. Yo, I'm sorry. You. And you teach me. I'm gonna let it play, and then we're gonna. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go. This against me, because if you do that, you are telling me that I cannot trust you, and you teach me to shut up. Every time you betray my trust, you seal in me another layer of silence. And when I scream, I die screaming, and you can't hear me, and you never know why I die, because you taught me not to talk to you when you use my talk against me. Emotions. Emotions. You say we have no emotions. You haven't got a clue. We got emotions you never even saw. We got screams you haven't heard. We got poetry that's never been written. We've got love shut up in our hearts and in our minds and in our guts, our bowels, our loins that never reaches you. Because you cannot hear. Because you cannot hear the language we speak. Yo, when I watched that, so I hope 9 out of 10 people. You guys. Yo, I played that over and over and over. I posted it. I told my boy who sent it to me. I told him thank you. Um, I loved it. HEmotions. So Bridget made a comment earlier today, and she was like, "What are HEmotions?" Hey sis. Um, she said, "What are HEmotions?" And I said, "See you at 7:00." All right. So again, I wanted a male on tonight with me. I really would have loved a male co-host on here tonight with this one, because as you all know, I am not a man, and I don't believe that a woman. Hey, babes, that's why you're here. Thanks, Bridget. I don't believe a woman can tell a man how to act and how to feel as much as I don't think a man can tell a woman how to act and how to feel. We have different emotions that come from different places and different areas. Um, we were created differently. Men were created different than women. And the way to get along in this world, in this life, is for us to take the time to understand the emotions of the other. The emotions of the other. I wish this would stay up. Do men hide their emotions? Dang, Bridget. Bridget getting right up into it. All right. Emotions. He emotions. He emotions. A part. I love how he did that. He emotions. I love how he did that. So, men, please comment. Please, give your thoughts because I want to read them. I want to piggyback off of y'all. I want to piggyback off of the men. Again, I'm not a relationship expert. I've been married, I've been divorced, I am single. Um, I deal with men. I have fathers. I have when I say fathers, my two daddies, um, my biological and my love daddy. I hate to use the word step because he's not a step. This man is so much more. So the term step just bothers me. So I can't use that term. So my daddies. I have brothers. I have cousins. And truth be told, y'all, in our family, there are more males than females. Hence why I was a tomboy and still have a lot of tomboy tendencies because I played with the guys. I played with the boys. I was a baller. I played basketball. And the reason I was so good is because my brothers were determined that I didn't play like a girl. Like they played me hard. And because they played me hard, I learned the skill and I learned, not saying that ladies don't play hard. Understand, because we play hard. We have our own, balling is balling. But I learned from males. I used to play football in the yard with my brothers. So when it comes to insight on men and talking about relationships, when my last relationship ended, my last marriage ended, the, I had conference calls with the brothers in my family, my brothers, my cousins, and they broke some things down to me. They broke some things down to me. Um, and I appreciated that. I appreciated that. I don't feel like that a woman's place, this is me, a woman's place is in leadership. Please hear what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying. I don't feel like a woman's place is in leadership. And the reason I don't feel like that is because and I know there's that 1.7K members on the Facebook page. Everybody does not have the same beliefs. And I love that we're a rainbow tribe. I love that. Of looks and beliefs and all of that. But my belief, the God that I serve, my understanding is man was created first. And then woman was created. And then woman was created from his rib. She's his helpmate. I don't believe women should lead. Now, have women been put in positions to have no choice but to lead? Most definitely, yes. Hey, kid, most definitely, yes. But that is not the position that we should have. And truth be told, y'all, that's not the position we want. At least me. I would love to give the reins over. I would. That's another story. Have not been able to, but that's another story. All right. So let's kick it off because Bridget was like, do men hide their emotions? Kevin, thank you, Kevin. My bro Kevin. I knew he was gonna jump in. Kevin said, when you betray someone's trust, you cannot dictate the emotional response from them. Bad actions will generally produce bad reactions. He also said, Bridget, men don't hide their emotions, but we often suppress them to our own detriment. Oh, I like that. Hey, Chris, men don't hide their emotions, but they suppress them to their detriment. I like that, Kevin. Claudia said, what about for president? What, as far as women leadership? No, when I say women leadership, we're talking about relationship growth. This page is real life relationship growth. I'm talking relational in that aspect, sis. Not over the world, because I am the CEO of my company. That is leadership. So I don't mean in that aspect. Um, I'm talking about the relational structure that God set up and created for us. That's what I'm talking about. And again, also, there are women, and y'all, in the work that I do, the business that I have, I see it all the time. There are so many single mothers. I have way more over the years. I've been doing this 23 years. I can almost count the single fathers, y'all. I can almost count them. But so women have been put in positions to have to take on leadership roles that we weren't structured to do. We were not structured to be the head of the household. Period. We were not. So what does that mean? What does that mean? So this is not a man bashing thing. This is not a man put down thing. But I'm just putting that thought out there. What does that mean if the women are leading? But let's go back. Let's get with what we're talking about. Also in the biblical times, the reason the men were able to lead is because of the strong women leading them. Um, okay. I'm not quite okay. Excuse me. The strong women leading them. Okay, so let me say this and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep it moving. I am not saying that women aren't leaders and should not be leaders. I'm talking about the structure of the household, the structure of the family, the way God created. No, God said man should be in charge. Bridget, that's where I'm coming from. And I totally agree. Does not mean the woman, the helpmate, should not, hey babe, what do you think about this? Or, how should we do this? Or maybe we should do it that way. Because there are some women who make more money than their spouses. Does not mean that they are the leaders. It doesn't mean that. It just means I make more money than he does. And if his mind is structured the proper way, that's not going to be intimidating or a problem for him. It's not. So, okay, let's get to it. HEmotions. So in the video, TD Jakes, that was TD Jakes, and my cousin said he was going to look up the entire video. So he wants to see the video in its entirety to kind of help. But the little clip that I saw, the clip that I showed, the clip that I posted, I kind of got an understanding of that the brothers, the men, tend to be shut down when they express their emotions. And when they are shut down, like Kevin said, when they start suppressing them, we ladies, we get to a point where he was saying that they are taught and trained to shut up. Take their emotions, bottle them up, don't express them, don't say anything. And I don't necessarily think it was just necessarily your relationship with your spouse, your woman, or whatever. It could be work related. It could be socially related. But from what I got from this video, the brother was saying, if you shut me down enough, I'm going to shut up. And then when I shut up, then you want to be questioning, why are you not saying nothing? Why are you not talking? Why you don't tell me how you feel? What? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. This is the take that I got from the video. Kevin said, women are leaders in their relationship. A woman can single-handedly change the trajectory of his life. She inspires, she nurtures, she gives life. I totally agree, Kevin. I totally agree. Kevin and Claudette, I totally agree. I was not saying that a woman can't be a leader. I was saying that women, we were not structured to be the leaders. We weren't. Man was created. Man was created first, and then woman. And then woman was taken as a helpmate. Doesn't mean she can't lead. Doesn't mean she doesn't have the brain capacity to, the knowledge, the wisdom, all of that. It does not mean that. I'm just talking about that structure that was given. YouTube, y'all still here? Let me know if y'all still hear YouTube. I'm talking about the order, the order of the structure. That's what I'm talking about. We're not to be leader over our husbands. If we go by the word of God, Bridget, you are correct. We're not to be leaders over our husbands. Again, y'all. Charles said Kevin is right. Charles on YouTube. Kevin is right. Which part of it is right? Charles, women are leaders in their relationships. I totally agree with that. Because I think the man may seek, but the woman chooses. And I don't want to get off track, y'all, because we're kind of veering off track based off of the comment that I made. And I'm trying to be clear on it. I'm not saying that women cannot be leaders. What I'm saying is, yes, that part. Yeah, I agree. Men may select. So if a woman is choosing, fellas, to give you her time, to be with you, and all of those things like that, if that's for you, if she's the one for you, then you need to consider wisely that reciprocation of that choice. All right. So, but yes, women can be leaders. I am definitely an example of that. So I'm not saying women cannot. I'm talking about the structure that God created as far as men being created and then woman as his helpmate. All right. But I don't want to get too far off track. Um hey Ricardo. All right, let me read this and see. Claudia said, so she is choosing her leader. Kevin said, men are often taught to not have emotions, as emotions symbolized weakness. The problem is we suppress those emotions so much that when we finally express, we blow up, and instead of the woman seeing our emotion, and instead sees our anger. Thank you, Kevin, for reeling back in, because that's what the video was about, you all. That's what the video was about. The video he was talking about in the video, correct me if I'm wrong. If y'all see something different, please share. Let me know. What he was talking about in the video, he said pretty much the man's going to shut up. He's going to shut up because he's been shut down. He's been shut down so many times when he tries to show his emotion, the way he shows his emotion. So he just shuts down and he shuts up. And then the women, the people on the other end, considering the situation, have a problem now. I'm not gonna lie, personally, that's a problem for me. It's a problem for me if my man can express himself. But what did I do to maybe shut him down? So y'all know I'm very transparent. In my first marriage with my children's father, he was very laid back. I'm out in front person. He's an introvert, I'm an extrovert. And things, a lot of the times, y'all, went my way. They went my way not because it was necessary. He was, he wasn't an aggressive person. He would rather have peace and quiet than even to discuss it. And I had to realize, and I realized too late that I needed to learn his level of emotion and how he communicates. And just because it didn't look like mine doesn't mean he was wrong. I don't want to miss any points, y'all. Charles said he's also right about how men suppress their emotions. A lot of times we don't want an argument or mess up the vibe in the room at the time. Some women, just like men, want to be right and don't want to bend. When we are shut down, we tune out. I'm not saying it's right, but that's how we are. That's how we are. Thank you for that point, Charles. Thank you for that point. You're right. It's not right. So if y'all know it's not right, as the leaders, how do y'all fix that, sirs? How do y'all fix that? Men are off the top. Okay, Claudia said, really, a man's first example is at home. So when he gets with the woman, he's already shut down. That's why so many women try and pull emotions out of their men. I agree. I agree. I so agree with that, sis. Yo, we gotta stop acting like that people's ways started with us. If we realize that people's ways did not start with us, I think we would be way more patient with each other's ways. We talked about um, childhood traumas. We talked about forming, and psychology says a child forms their personality by the age of 3. By the age of 3, they have formed. So, whatever the parent has put into that child or pulled out of that child, that's what you're going to get. Your structure of who you are as an adult came from how you were dealt with, treated, learned, taught, spent time, whatever, as a child. We can't get away from it. If we start realizing and learning that how a person is when they meet us is not necessarily always personal, we will be more patient with one another and give more time and help and attention to what makes them that way. I don't know any evil babies. Okay, no. I don't know. I don't know any evil babies. Y'all, I don't. I don't. I don't know any evil babies. I know a lot of babies. I don't know any evil ones. How they come out, they don't come out. We are born in a world of sin. They come into a world of sin, but they can be so sweet if we treat them that way. But they can be very aggressive and have you ever met a baby, a person, a child that the child just cries all the time? All the time, and they seem like they're agitated and all the time. That's because that child is not receiving the love and nurturing that it needs, and it may not have received it and felt it in the womb. Y'all better believe that stuff. I'm telling you, y'all better believe it. Ron said, "Thank you for coming over to YouTube, Ron." Ron said, "I say yes, men hide our emotions at times because it can cause us to look weak or inadequate. It's not healthy, but it's what we have been taught through the years." Charles said, "I honestly don't know how to fix it. I didn't grow up with a father in the home, nor was my father in my life. So how man husband deals issues and problems in a marriage, I don't know. I'm still learning." Great point, Ron. Yo, we just navigated right on that. He said he grew up without a father in the house. He grew up without the example of what a good husband, a good man should be as far husband wise. So I'm assuming, Charles, when you took the role of a husband, you just said you didn't know how to fix it. So you didn't know what you were doing. Here's the time for my plug, y'all, because y'all know I'm going to do it. Counseling. Counseling, point blank, period. Counseling. That is how you fix it, Charles. That is how you fix it, men. That is how you fix it, women. Counseling. If we are too prideful to say, hey, I need some help, y'all know my example. These Fortune 500 companies, they have people that they consult with. They have people that teach them and train them and tell them where to put the money, where not to put the money, where to invest, where not to invest, what to do, how to do. Those are counselors. So if the big wigs have counselors to help them through the growth of the business, who are we? Why should we? Because we the ones that fund them. We buy their products. We listen to their, you know what I'm saying? Counseling. That is how we fix it, Charles. Today, I had counseling on Wednesday. And sometimes I come out of counseling, y'all, and there's a cloud because I got some stuff. Childhood traumas. Early life traumas. I got some stuff and I'm gonna relive it. And that's the hard part about counseling. You have to understand and know that there's going to be some it's going to be some rough days. There're going to be some rough days because you're going to have to talk about things and bring up things that you suppressed and you hid. You're going to have to bring those things up. And I'm so proud of you, Charles. Charles about a month ago, and it has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. I used to think counseling was for crazy people. That is not. That is not so. That is not so. Kevin said this group is my counseling. Well, Kevin, I'm gonna need some. No, I was playing. I was gonna say I need some because my counselor be hitting the sister in the head. Well, they used to till I got with the VA. Okay. I'm messing up the screen. Let's see. Me either. Yes, and it was because. Okay, Bridget said yes, and it was because his parents fighting all the time, talking about the baby. Thank you, Bridget. Yep, the parents fighting all the time. I have children that come to the daycare, and I can already tell you what goes on at their house. I don't even have to be there. Poor babies. Um, Kevin, I think I read this already. Why did my screen keep going dark? Shut down emotionally. Okay, Kevin said also, men also shut down emotionally because sometimes his emotions are weaponized against him. When his woman is angry, ooh, I like this. When his woman is angry with him, unfortunately, a lot of those behaviors are learned growing up. Then, as adults, we develop hope addiction, hoping she doesn't see me as weak, hoping she loves this facet I'm projecting instead of letting her live him for him. And I think that means instead of letting her see him for him. Kevin said this group is my counseling. Bridget said no, I got counseling. Then my dad died. What do you mean? I'm sorry. Bridget. I'm sorry. About your dad. But what do you mean? No, I got counseling. No, I got counseling when my dad died. I'm assuming she's saying that the counseling helped. Um, and that's when she got it when her dad died. Okay. Charles said unleashing these feelings and emotions have been healing, but it's been worth it. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. Okay. That is not for crazy people. Thank you, Bridget. This is why we all need to come to YouTube, y'all. Cause y'all see, I'm trying to. I'm gonna need a secretary. Letting her love him for him. Thank you. That's right. Counseling is not for crazy people. It is not. Y'all spending y'all money on these big companies. Y'all ain't calling them crazy. They might be calling you crazy because they getting your money. But they have counselors, they have people that consult them on the best things to do. So that's the answer to that question. Counseling is the best way to learn to get away from those things that causes suppression of emotions. So, and I love the point that Charles made, and this could be the case for a lot of households, a lot of people. But we talking about the brothers tonight. This is their time. Not having a father figure in the home, growing up with a mother that is single that's raising boys. I'm gonna say something else y'all about to jump on. Women cannot raise men. I'll wait. Oh, I thought y'all was gonna comment when I said that. Women cannot raise men because we're not men. We can do the best we can, and kudos, hats off, love, love, love to the women who are raising men. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. To the women who are single raising boys. Because truth be told, I'm gonna tell y'all, um, I'm raising my nephew, and I am so happy. I am so happy for village, the village, my brothers, my father, My cousins, we talking about the males. Because Kaden and I have some conversations, and some of them I'll be like, I don't want to talk about this. Call your granddaddy. I mean, we had a discussion, y'all. He shouldn't be able to hear me. We had a discussion, y'all, about, well, it started in school, so it's not a little secret thing. In school, they're doing the thing, they separate the boys and the girls. They took the boys into the gym, the girls into the health room, and they talking about, of course, making babies. You better be talking to your children first at home before somebody else do. Because one of the boys asked, can women produce male sperm? And do y'all know this science teacher told them yes? Now, wonderful for us, we have a science whiz, a science teacher in our family, my niece Ashley. And she happened to be on the phone when Kate and I were having this discussion. And she schooled the young sir. And it was me and her on the phone. Yeah, Bridget, from answering that question to clarifying it for him. And of course, y'all, we told him what to go back and say. Don't be disrespectful to the teacher. Just go back and say, hey, Miss So-and-so, you said something the other day. You said something, scientifically, and you said something the other day about women producing male sperm. And my niece had broke it down to him and gave him the definitions of what terms to use. And he was, we told him how to go back and, had a conversation with the teacher. I'm thinking, y'all, that it just wasn't understood properly. Either the question wasn't understood or the answer given was not understood. I'm really hoping and praying that was the case. But my case in point is teach your children the proper way at home, because somebody will teach them out in the world their way. And it may not be the right way, or it may not be the right way for your household, your beliefs. Teach your children. So anyway, we having this conversation. That went from that to wet dreams, premature ejaculation, um, um, coming. When does a man or a boy know when does it start? What's the timeline? Da da da. Which told me so much. It told me so much, and I appreciate the fact that he came to me with this, and we were having this discussion, y'all. But I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to be the one having that discussion with him. But that was the point. So I'm not saying that I'm not doing a great job. I think I'm doing a wonderful job with him. But praise God for cousins, uncles, grandfathers, brothers, the men, because he can get on the phone. Because a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. I have never prematurely ejaculated. So how am I going to tell this young boy, I haven't done that. I ain't come too quick. I haven't done that. Can't help. So a woman can't raise a man. So emotions. He emotions. Let me make sure I miss no comments. He emotions. And nobody said anything as far as the video is concerned. So I'm assuming we're on the same page with what we feel he's saying in the video. Men, and the term has been used by the fellas, suppress. Men suppress their emotions because they are shut down so many times that they just shut up. So ladies, we have to think about and consider, man, did I shut him up? Did I not allow him to express himself how he expresses himself? And shut him down and shut him up? Because like TD Jake said, he said they have thoughts. I think he was like, they have thoughts and dreams and stuff that we have no clue about, that y'all don't even know of. That's what he said. That we know of. That was deep. Like, that was deep. That these men have comments and thoughts and dreams and visions, y'all, that we as their helpmates can't even tap into. Like, we can't even tap into it. Does that make us wrong? Does that make us wrong? Like Charles said, when men suppress, that's how they handle things. It's not right, but they do it. So I'm going to say, from the female perspective, when we come at y'all like we do, fellas, is it wrong? Yes. But is it how we know? Is it what we know? Yes, possibly so. So, like I said earlier, if we take the time to realize that the way a person is, reacts, and acts toward us is not always personal, we would find more time to build our relationships because we're being more understanding, we're being more compassionate, we're being more considerate. That possibly is the way he saw his mother being treated and spoken to. Hey, Cortland, treated and spoken to. So he felt like, and she responded to it. So he felt like that's the way you handle a woman. That's the way you handle a woman. That's what you're supposed to do. And then he comes across this woman who, the opposite. Her father took care of the household. Her father took care and treated her mother like the queen that she is. And her expectations was for that man that she's saying she loved, and the man that says he loves her, to treat her like her daddy treated her. Y'all, can we get this for each other? Can we understand? If we grasp that concept, we accept it, that there will be less divorces, there will be less breakups, there will be less misunderstandings. But we have to take accountability for our actions. If I tell you you hurt my feelings, don't you dare turn around and say, your feelings shouldn't be hurt. Like, why your feelings hurt? Oh, I mean, I don't know why you feel that way. That is the worst response you can have to a person. Me. I don't know why you feel that way. But another worst response that you can give me is, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize for making you feel that way, but your actions don't change. My cousin was telling me earlier about cutting people off too quickly. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. There was a time in my life where I had zero tolerance. I think I got 1% now. I'm learning. Promise y'all I am. Counseling, woo! But I had zero tolerance for anything that didn't look like it was right for me. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But in that, I gave no time to a brother that did not appear to be or was what I needed and what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. But my point is, sometimes we have to take a little bit more time. We got to take a little bit more time and consider. If we consider where people are coming from and not take it so personal that it's us that that this is directed toward, then we'll do a little better. Kevin said, I learned how to cook, clean, iron, and wash clothes through my mom. I also learned what women liked and disliked. My dad showed me what pisses a woman off. He also showed me how to not show emotions, and that lent a hand in me ruining many relationships because I was not available emotionally. It's up to men to break the cycle and say what's on our minds, to embrace counseling and therapy, to deal with our. You, Kevin. Yes, sir. Kevin also said we all need to embrace more understanding and strive to master the art of listening. If you can't listen without just waiting to, if you can't If you can't listen without just waiting to respond, you'll never hear us. Ladies, he said, listen without waiting to respond. In other words, you start talking, I'm really not listening and hearing you because I'm just waiting for what I'm going to say after you finish. Mmm. Claudia said, isn't the responsibility of the man to tell us their dreams and thoughts because women don't read minds? So how can we have an idea what those are? It's definitely their responsibility to tell us, sis. Just like it's our responsibility to tell them. But what I'm saying is, when they feel shut down, from what I'm getting from what the video is saying, when they feel shut down, you're not going to get any of that. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. Let's see. Kevin replied, the way you can get Kevin replied, Claudette, the way you can get that info is to make the environment comfortable to share those things with you. Don't shut them down. Don't shut them down. There are a lot of men that no matter how comfortable you make their environment, they still shut down. I believe because they're not willing to give you all of them, or they were taught it by example. Yep. You Kevin and Claudia, y'all playing tennis. But y'all matching up. Y'all matching up. Y'all are partners. Y'all sparring in this thing. Because y'all are coming around to the exact same points. The end result, rather. So Kevin is saying the man is shutting down because that's what he's used to, and that's what he was taught. And Claudette is saying, well, because of what he's taught and what he's used to, he's not expressing and talking to me. So how am I supposed to know? And Kevin is saying it's his job as the man to fix that. That's what I got. I don't know. That's what I got. Hey, Jillian. Okay. So, oh shoot, what is this? IG? I don't know what I'm missing. What did I miss? Okay. Cortland. That's my cousin, y'all. Cortland said, men learn how to be structurally and learn emotion or mental. Sir, you gotta clarify. I'm not understanding that. Most men feel like if they tell you their hopes and dreams, you will receive it. Most men feel like if you tell them their hopes and dreams, you will receive it. Hey, Jillian, girl. Right. We want y'all to share your hopes and dreams with us. And at the same time, in the same token, y'all, we can't shut them down. We can't shut them down because it don't make sense to us. Or because we don't see the possibility of it. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. If I accepted people's response to the possibilities of where I could be now, I don't know where I would be. So, but when a man brings to us his hopes and his dreams, and they may look foolish, they may sound foolish, you may be like, bro, you ain't got no money. How you gonna do that? Da. I think when you encourage a man, he's more than likely to show you. Now, let me tell y'all, truth moment. I'm going to tell y'all. I learned that. I learned it late, but I learned it. And in my last relationship, I tried to be so supportive. Of this man's dreams and visions and goals. I sat back and I released some things. Y'all, truth be told, I should have held on to. But I released some things. And I tried to be, let me in. And I tried to be, I don't know how to, Cortland. Let me see. I tried to be, we got a brother that's coming in. Hopefully that worked. I tried to be understanding. I tried to be that helpmate that I wasn't in my first marriage. I tried to be that, even to the extreme of, I tried that. So, there is a point where the reality is some people have to get some counseling, some therapy to help themselves. Because no matter what you do, if a person is not helping themselves, there's nothing you can do. You can give support, stand behind, stand beside, stand under, stand on top of. It does not matter. It does not matter. Clutter said, if a man's dreams is to be a garbage man, make sure he knows you believe he's the best garbage man. Baby, I love the way you tied that bag up. Like, whoo, that trash was stinking. And you came in and you tied that bag up. And it's all fresh in here now. Boy, you better tie that bag. I love it. Kevin said, that's the trauma part. He isn't healed enough. And truthfully, shouldn't be in a leadership and be in a relationship. Woo, Kevin, say something, brother. A unhealed person, regardless of sex, will eventually bring their trauma to the relationship and make you the face of that said trauma. The best way to help us, is to encourage us to talk to someone to start the process of healing. Cortland said, I don't see the invite. Yes, sir. I tried to. It says adding, Cortland. It's going in and out. It says adding, so I don't know what else to do. I tried to add you, but let me not miss any comments. Right. So HEmotions. Quick recap. HEmotions, because it's almost 8 o'clock, y'all. HEmotions. The man is saying, okay, Cortland, I tried. HEmotions. The man is saying, I want to express my emotions. I want to share my dreams, my visions, my goals. But when you shut it down, you shut me down, there's nothing that I could do with that. I don't know. I've clicked on to add you. Let's see. All right. Maybe next time. I was trying something. Don't put me on. This girl trying to request. I'm trying to. But so the video started out, y'all. TD Jakes navigate the video. I'm not gonna go over the video again. It's posted. It's on the YouTube page, y'all, and it's on the Facebook page. Posted the video, and I played it a little bit at the beginning. I played the whole thing at the beginning. But this brother, you can't call any phone. I'm using both phones, so you can't call any phone. You just gotta type your thoughts, and I'll read them out, and we'll see them that way. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's not adding you. Let's try. We can try again. Okay. Bring Cortland on. Oh, that might be it, Cortland. Try it now. Hey, Pap. All right. So HEmotions. This brother has feelings. He has emotions. He has goals. He has dreams. He has visions. And when you shut him down by looking down on those things in any kind of way, you shut him up. That's what the video is saying. You shut him up. So we have to consider, ladies, what are we doing to be in support of our man? What are we doing to help him to move forward, to progress, and be a better him? Because if he a better him, it's going to make for a better us. It's going to make for a better us. And listen, I get it. Say you have accepted it. I get it. I get that there has been some hurt. Hey, Pap. I get that there has been some hurt. I have been hurt. Yeah, I mean, but we can't push that hurt off on someone else. It's not fair. It's tough because it's so easy to do, and I've done it, and I think we all have done it at some point. But what I was saying was, it's hard to deal with that brother who doesn't have those issues and those problems, and you already here. But we have to. Again, if we focus in on the right, what's in front of us, it if we focus on that, we'll never see the point and the problem and the purpose in the person. The point, the problem, and the purpose in the person. If we just focus on right here. Kevin is dropping gems and facts. Kevin always drops gems and facts, Charles. You right. He dropping them gems and facts. So we have to, you're right, Donna. So we have to consider we have to consider all of our emotions. We have to consider each other's and not always take things so. There he is.
I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I don't even know if they can hear me. That's why I was trying to do it on Facebook. So I guess do a quick test to see if your Facebook people can hear me. Hello, 1 2 1 2. Mike, take it's your
boy. I don't know, sir. I don't know if they can hear you. I don't have a mic going. Can y'all hear Cortland, YouTube, and Facebook? Cortland, keep talking. Let me see if they can hear you.
Can y'all hear me over there? Claudette, Kevin?
Yep, Bridget said.
Like 15 people over there.
Bridget said she can hear. They can hear. Facebook can hear you. YouTube, can y'all hear him? Keep talking.
YouTube, can you hear me? What's up, YouTube family? What's going on, YouTube family? For conversations.
YouTube is not. Okay, YouTube is not responding, but let me read a comment that came up from YouTube, but they're not responding. YouTube, can y'all hear Cortland? It might be,
1 2
but
1 2 1 2. I'm yelling at y'all.
All right, let me read Ron's comment. Oh, YouTube can hear you. Okay, let me read this comment though first. Ron said another way men can learn to show more emotion is by paying attention and being around other men who don't have any issues with showing emotion. Iron sharpens iron. I love that. I love that. They can all hear you, Cortland. One more comment. I'm gonna let you speak, Cortland. I don't want to miss anybody. Claudia said, when you set up conditions for your man's dreams to be heard and he knows you have his back, it's easy for him to open. It's easier for him to open up. All right, Cortland, you got the floor, sir. Y'all, Cortland is my baby cousin. He's my younger cousin. Go ahead, sir.
All right, so basically what I was trying to type, I don't know what was going on with my typing foolishness, but I was saying that we as men are structurally taught how to be men, which basically means we're a house without furniture on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a foundation built, but you know how they say a man builds a house, but a woman makes a home? So it's like a lot of times we're not taught how to be emotional as men. We're not taught mentally how to be men, or even sometimes physically how to be men, or spiritually how to be men, until we're in like our late 30s. Because all our lives we're taught, go get a job and support your family, right? So that's it. Now, sometimes we have a good example, as in a father might be in the home, and we see how he loves our mother, or we see how our mother receives the love from him, but that echo is still being taught to us throughout our 20s. Go get a job and support your family. So we don't know how to really open up those emotions. And I've always said, sometimes it takes a good woman coming into a man's life to teach him how to show those emotions. But how many of us get women right off the bat? Or how many of us can even recognize a good woman right off the bat because we're not thinking on an emotional level, right? And then I think the other thing that I was basically trying to say is, like, as a man, sometimes we hear, oh, I'm going to support your dreams, I want to support your dreams. But either we done been through so many situations where somebody said they're going to support our dreams, and then we tell them what our dreams are, and that person like, I don't really support that. You know what I mean? Or, so we're living off some past hurt, or we get in a situation where somebody says they're going to support the dream, but the dream that they want to support for us is not what we had in mind. You know what I'm saying? So they want to care for us off what their needs are and not necessarily understanding what our needs are. So therefore, as a man, it's like, we just kind of shut down. Like that whole happy wife, happy life, happy house, happy spouse. I hate that. Because it basically says that men have to do everything to cater to a woman to make sure that she's happy, but he has to sacrifice so much to not really care about his mental standpoint or his emotional standpoint. You know what I mean? So at the end, it should be balanced in the household. I should be doing everything I can to make you happy, and vice versa. You're doing everything you can to make me happy. I don't want to get long with this, so I'll just cut it there.
Come on. Yeah, y'all were good with hearing that. Hopefully y'all were good. Everybody said Facebook said they could hear. YouTube said they could hear when he got started. I so appreciate that, Corlin. I needed a man to be on here tonight. Ron said you preaching, bro. I needed a man to be on here tonight. Talking. I'm not saying I don't appreciate the men typing in. But I was saying I just wanted to, I wanted to hush and let. Huh?
Let me say something real quick because, and this might be a little controversial, but that's okay because that's what we're here for. Mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me before I go into this next soliloquy?
Yeah, you went down a little bit, but I think you good.
I think I covered my mic. Hold on. Can y'all hear me now? Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, I think we good.
All right. So Cam Newton said something about maybe a month ago now, right? Where he talked about women. And one of the things that he said, and I think a lot of people took it the wrong way. One of the things that he said is like, you have, and I don't really care about the first part, but I do care about the second two parts, where he said that women don't necessarily know how to be quiet. I'm saying what he said, so don't come for me in the comments. Women don't necessarily know how to be quiet, and they don't know how to let a man be a man. Let me interpret that to what he was trying to say.
Go ahead.
He was trying to say, and men know this, because a lot of times when we get into a conversation with our woman, a lot of times she's so passionate about what she's saying that she's not even realized that she may be over talking us.
Say that again. Right? My phone had a message coming in. Say that one more time.
All right, so let me go ahead and translate what Cam Newton was saying. A lot of times when we get in a conversation with our woman, or just a female in general, right? Women a lot of times are so passionate about what they're talking about that they already have a response to what they think it is you're about to say. So even if you say something different, that response is already coming out. And or B, they're so passionate about what they're saying is that they're over talking you as you trying to get out what it is you're saying. So eventually a man is gonna be like, you know what, you got it. I'm just gonna be quiet.
Wow.
I'm just gonna sit down. So that's one of the things that's what Cam Newton was saying about letting the man talk. You know, he didn't say it in the greatest of ways, but I understood what he was saying. And as far as like letting a man be a man, I think there's so many women who have gone through bad situations with men who are structurally men, but they don't know how to be men emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. You know what I'm saying? That they feel like they have to play the woman and the man role. Because somebody has said, this is what being a man is about, and somebody has wrote the book and it hasn't been men. Men have not wrote the book on how to be men. Women have wrote the book on what a man is supposed to be because somebody told them what they thought it was supposed to be, and the book is all wrong. So a lot of times you'll have women that walk into these situations with some men and be like, well, he ain't doing what I feel like a man is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take over that role. And the brother's like, wait a minute, give me a chance, hold on. But I'm also not gonna throw it all on the women because sometimes men, let's be honest, we have dropped the ball. We had dropped the ball, and I'm not gonna go into it, but I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. We are not protecting our black women, and that's where we have dropped the ball. And that's why a lot of black women don't have the trust or the faith in us to be the men that we say that we are, so they feel like they have to step up in that place because we haven't done what we said we both do, so they don't believe that we're going to protect them at all costs. And I'm not talking about a Will Smith slap, but I'm talking about in other realms like love, even finances, just general protection. But at the end of the day, a woman wants to feel protected. She wants to feel like she can trust you. You know what I'm saying? And she wants to feel like that she's going to be secure with you at all times. I don't care if you a bum. If you give her those three things, she ain't going nowhere.
Woo! He said this tea is spicy. Yes. Yo, cousin, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. This tea is spicy. Hey, Mike. Yeah, you just got here. Yo, y'all, this I don't want to cut this one off. It's 8:11. What say y'all? Because I don't want to cut this one off. Claudia said, a woman uses her mouth to express herself. A man may use his body language to express himself. Sometimes a man's attitude speaks so loudly and negatively, the woman will shut him down out of intimidation. Ooh, that's a thought. Bridget said, he's right. Going back to what you said earlier, the woman is looking for her man to lead. Mm-hmm. Well, he better not be a bum. Bridget said she don't want no bum. I agree with you there, Bridget. I got enough of bums. Doing no more bums. Kevin said part 2 next week. Claudia said keep going. Y'all tell me what we gonna do. One say part 2 next week. One say keep going. Now, yo, let's hit it to 8:30. Let's do 15 more minutes. What y'all think?
That'll work.
All right, we're gonna do 15 more minutes. So HEmotions. We're talking about HEmotions. We're talking about the emotional mindset of men and why they shut down, why they tend to possibly shut down and suppress themselves, and suppress, thank you all, and suppress their emotions because there's so many situations and times where they have been shut down. And I mentioned earlier that could be in a relationship with their spouse, their girlfriend, whoever, or it can be at work. It can be socially, it can be relational, it can come in all types of aspects. But being that we're on real life relationship growth, we're going to talk about that. We're talking about that aspect of it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We're talking about that aspect of it where a man is breaking down, he's suppressing his emotions, he's suppressing what he wants to say and what he wants to do because he doesn't have the support to do that. Claudia said, how do you explain a man that doesn't, I'm sorry, how do you explain a man that doesn't shut his mother down when she wants him to express his feelings, but he shuts his love down? Ooh. She said, yeah. How do you explain, if a mother, I'm assuming she's saying if there's a mother who, so, who, I guess speaks against or low rates or whatever their son, and he won't say nothing to her. But if the woman that he loves says something, he'll shut her down. Mama can say it, but the love can't say it. How do you explain a man that doesn't shut his mother down when she wants him to express his feelings, but he shuts his love down? I'm sorry. He can express his feelings, his emotions when it comes to his mom, but he's not expressing his feelings when it comes to his spouse, when it comes to the woman in his life. Anybody want to take that? Huh?
That's an easy one.
Okay.
Mama ain't gonna hurt you. You can be vulnerable with mama.
Ooh. Ooh.
You can't always be vulnerable. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Sometimes you feel you can't always be vulnerable with your spouse. I've never been married before, so I'm probably about to speak from a place that I don't have experience in. But I feel like you should not be with someone that you don't feel like you can be open and honest with at all times.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel like you can come to that person with everything that you got, and you got to go tell if you're a female, your male best friend, or if you're a dude, your female best friend, that your wife or your husband does not already know about, that's a problem in my book.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that, yeah, you're going to tell mama because, mama ain't got no ill intentions for you. But, your girl or your spouse, you may not feel that same energy because you may have been vulnerable or tried to be vulnerable with them at a point in time, and that shut you down. So a lot of times with men, you shut it down once or twice. We're not coming around that road again. We just gonna love you where you at.
Ooh. Ooh. Jeez. Can you read that comment on your page, Carla? Because somebody commented on your end.
Yeah, this is my homeboy. This is my homeboy. He said a majority of men weren't taught to express themselves emotionally. Even as children, boys were always taught to hold everything in and don't cry. Whereas when women were kids, it's okay to cry and so forth.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Kevin said, "Talk that." You got a non-religious brother saying, "Amen." Hey, we touch and we agree, Kevin. We touch and we agree. We touch. We t- we touch and we agree. Yo, I'm loving this. Like, I love when we can take time to talk about the brothers. I really, really do. I really do. I love when we can do that because, fellas, we need y'all to know that we love y'all, we care for y'all, but we got some stuff, and it doesn't always look like the way y'all may want it either. But if we come together and we make an effort to realize that what he's doing is not directed personally at me, and what she's doing is not directly personally directed at me, but we can figure out where it's coming from. Do y'all understand the power like that we could have? Power couple for real. Power couple for real. Let's see. No man can learn to show emotions. Yes, we hear him. What's good, bro? Ron. Charles said, Ron, they can have issues. Okay. That was already read. I'm sorry. I thought I missed something. I thought I missed something. Hey, Corey. Corey came over to the light side. She came over to YouTube. Thank you for subscribing, Corey. Appreciate that, girl. Claudette said, I taught my son if he if he's gonna be open with anybody in his life, it has let it be his wife. That's right.
Yeah.
Let it be his wife. If you're gonna be open with anybody, let it be your wife. I can't wait till my son when he's ready. When he's ready. But I can't wait until my son takes a wife. And when he takes that wife, when he's ready, when the Lord tell him, because I ain't asking for no grandbabies. I'm not. I already got my grandbaby's name picked out, y'all. We talked about that earlier, Corley. I mean, the first one gonna be a girl. I told either one of them her name. I ain't gonna tell y'all her name, but I already got my grandbaby's name picked out. But when he takes on a wife, I want him to be so engulfed with that woman. I want whatever he deals with and whatever he does and whatever he says and whatever he's feeling, I want that to hit that girl so hard. I really, really do. Because that relationship, that closeness, that tightness, if you can't be open and honest and express yourself and give your all to the person that you saying I do to, something is wrong. Or the person that you're courting to get to the point of I do, something is wrong. You might need to reconsider. All right. Kevin said, I appreciate being heard, but don't get it twisted. A woman should be able to challenge her man to be the best version of himself, even if she has to hurt his feelings in the process. Well, just me. Kevin, I'm gonna let the fellas respond to that.
So, two things. I had another thought a second ago. I'm trying to see if I can recall it. But I think that goes back to that protection thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when your wife knows that without beyond a shadow of a doubt that she's number one in your life, right? After God. she's number one in your life. She coming for mama. She comes for, like, you know what I'm saying, sisters. Like, once you marry her and say I do, it's a team, right? It's no longer we. It is us. So, like, that's a part of making her feel protected, and that she feels like, okay, I can trust this man with everything that I have to give. So piggybacking off what Kevin was saying, read it to me again.
He said, I appreciate being heard, but don't get it twisted. A woman should be able to challenge her man to be the best version of himself, excuse me, even if she has to hurt his feelings in the process. Well, just me. He's like,
So I agree with what Kevin is saying. The only pushback that I'm going to have is women know your man. Know your man. Because not every man is going to be strong enough to be able to take harsh criticism. But constructive criticism is totally different.
He said, you know, women know your man. My phone went off, and you went down a little bit. I want to make sure they heard you. He said, women know your man. All men aren't able to take the tough stuff, but the harsh criticism.
All men are not able to take harsh criticism, but we all should be able to take constructive criticism.
Can't take the harsh, but should be able to take constructive. Know your man. I like that.
Like, if I go into a situation and I tell a woman what my hopes and dreams are, I need her to, for me, I need her to be a cheerleader. I need her to be on the sideline, give me an A. You know what I'm saying? Pushing me, making me feel great with my chest popped out, like there's nothing that I can't do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the Superman in this thing. You don't want somebody who's going to deflate your ego and deflate your dreams and deflate who you are as a man and deflate who you are as a person, because what's going to happen, men, we're going to take that and reflect that right back on you. Right? So I think that, like, if I'm dropping the ball somewhere, I need her to be comfortable enough to say, hey, guy, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to get it together. Let's move. Like, this ain't no, I'm not moving and you not moving. This ain't a one-way train. We on this together. But vice versa, she needs to be able to accept that from me. And I think that's what makes great partners, because we have to be able to communicate in a healthy way.
That's right. Colin, I got somebody I want to introduce you to. It's coming to me as you talking. Okay. I'm matchmaking. I'm matchmaking. Ooh, it just hit me. Yes, sir. Somebody better get this man. Oh, Claudette said, taking it back to the beginning, if a man does not open up, how does his wife know in what area to challenge him if he's always shutting down? How does a woman know in what area to challenge her man if he's always shutting down? That is a good one.
So I got to push back, though. Why is she his wife if she can't never communicate with him?
Because she said because he's always shutting down.
No, listen to the question I'm asking.
Okay.
Because he didn't just shut down before y'all got married. He was already shutting down before y'all got married, you know what I'm saying, when y'all was dating in a relationship. So it's not like you got in a marriage and all of a sudden he just shut down. That person was already there. So why did you make a commitment to somebody that you cannot communicate with? Why do you want to make life hard for you?
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of knew that you were going to go there. So it's not something brand new you seeing. This brother, you saying this brother was not communicating already. And you've gotten to the point that you're his wife. Kaden, I think it's raining. You want to let the dog in? And you've gotten to the point where you're his wife. And as his wife, did you not see that? And why did you accept that? Like, that should have been something that should have been tackled before y'all got to the point of the nuptials.
All right, so I'm going to mispronounce your name, and I apologize. But Roshan71, or is it Roshan? So 71 said, what if he is lying? Okay.
What if...
I don't necessarily... Go ahead.
What if he's lying about... What do you mean, what if he's lying?
What if he's lying, like, when you guys are dating, he's showing you a totally different person? and then when you guys get married, all of a sudden he flips the script on you.
Say that again.
What if he is lying if when you guys are dating, he's showing you this person, but then when you guys get married, he's showing you somebody totally different?
Oh, I got you. Cause Roshan, that is my life. That is the story of my last relationship. So you're right. What if he's lying? That is true. And that's a possibility, and that can happen, and it did happen. So I'm gonna tell you how I handled it. I'm not married anymore. Because when you lie about things, eventually, you can lie but so long. You can play the game but so long. And eventually you can't keep up the facade. So it has to end, and it's gonna end. You can't when we tell one lie, we gotta tell another, we gotta tell another, we gotta tell another. The only time the lie is going to end is when you tell the truth and you resolve and you dissolve that issue. Let me read this. You truly don't know a person until you live with them. For a time, dating them is one thing, combined household is another. Kevin said, "Oh snap, this tea got some ghost pepper sauce." Corey said, "You can't lie that long. You can't. You can't. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you."
So
we got 3 minutes.
All right, I'll try to make this quick. I don't believe that people lie. I believe that people show you who they are. We just refuse to see it because we want to give people so many excuses and so many chances to be who we think they should be and become.
I can't agree with you.
We get trapped into a situation because
I hear you, Kevin.
we've given our energy to somebody who does not deserve it, and then we realize once it's too late. So I don't necessarily believe that like people necessarily do a drastic change from dating relationships and did the marriage. Once again, I've never been married before, so I'm speaking from a place of no facts, so to speak. But I'm just saying, in my dating life, if you give a person enough time, they will hang themselves. And there's always breadcrumbs to who they actually really are. And when you look back on the situation, you can always say, you know what? They did show me that in 1992.
I'm going to disagree with you. And I'm going to totally disagree with you because I need you to go and watch our live where we discuss narcissists. We had a full discussion on narcissist behavior, narcissistic disorder. We talked about that. So we have 2 minutes, and it's been requested that we do a part 2 next week. And we're going to do a part 2 next week. We're going to talk about HEmotions next week. We're going to kind of recap this, and we're going to go into it next week. Please go over to the Real Life Relationship Growth channel on YouTube and subscribe. But I'm going to make this last comment. I disagree with you because sometimes with the greatest intentions, people will lie to you. I will never say that I am so smart and so witty and so above being bamboozled or tricked. But what I will say is when you realize things, it is up to you to make a change and make a move. If you stay with that situation, shame on you. It's not them, shame on you. But I don't feel like that people always show you themselves, especially when they practice at it. That's how con artists and people can go to the casinos and get over and win because they work at this stuff. There are professional con artists. There are professional liars. There are people that they delve into the mind of people, how they think and how they act, and they learn how to get beyond that. But like Corey said, you can't keep lying forever. It can't go forever. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. So eventually, throughout time, that thing is going to surface itself.
It is, but that does not mean you saw it at the beginning. And go and watch our live on narcissists, because the video that I posted, the gentleman, he was pretty much saying he cannot stand when people blame the victim of a narcissist. So that's a good one. That would be a good one to watch. to kind of incorporate with that thought process.
Right. I'm not saying that you see it at the beginning. What I'm saying is once you realize it, you recognize the breadcrumbs that were there since the beginning. That's what I'm saying.
I ain't see no breadcrumbs. This brother was on top. And he was on top because he knew me, he watched me, he listened to me for years.
This is a safe conversation. We don't need to know about the personal life.
Oh, no. That's what we do. So y'all better tell him this is real life relationship growth. Because what I may have been through, you may be going through, or you may come into. And what I say may help you, and what you say may help me. Look, there's no shame walk on this one. We all live some stuff, and we all deal with some stuff. And
no, I said you missed the joke because you said he was on top.
Oh, you stupid. We getting off of that one. Yeah, I missed it. Barely. Let me get off. I'm gone. Cause we go. All right, y'all. We're gonna do a part 2 tomorrow. For those who came on my cousin Cortland's page, Real Life Relationship Growth channel, please go and subscribe to the page because I'm trying to move all of this conversation and all of this chat to one house. All these devices. So I really, really appreciate you all. Ron just subscribed. Wonderful. Thank you, Ron. I really appreciate you all. Listen, when I say y'all are my loves, when I say y'all help me through the week, look, a moment of truth, real quick, and then I'm getting off. I was so depressed yesterday. I was feeling very depressed this morning. I was in a place, I was in a space in my head, and I couldn't get out of it. I could not get out of it. Then the VA called me. The VA called me for an appointment that I was supposed to have this morning. That was being rescheduled. And talking to this woman, she asked me a question. And it made me think about, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling this way? And it made me realize that was that. That was then. This is now. This is now. But I was in a place and I so appreciate that. So, yo, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I look forward to these Fridays. And I try my best not to miss them because this has been therapeutic for me. All right, I love y'all. Let me get off. Woo! I love y'all. See y'all next week. Please keep sending me topics. Let's discuss. Let's love on each other. Let's make this place a better one until we not here no more, y'all. Love y'all. Facebook out. IG deuces. Oh, IG have all these questions for you. They have all these questions. All right, let's share it. Oh man, I knew my sister was gonna call me. Hold on, sis. Hold on. I'm still ending the videos.
Oh, okay.
Just hold on. All right, YouTube. Love y'all.